Okay. Oh my gosh. So many things have been happening. Trying to go live stream. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you. This is my attempt to putting some clothes on today. You know how it is when you get depressed and you work at home. You don't want to put clothes on. So, okay. And I am going to show my face today while I'm drying. I have been debating on whether or not doing that because um, I've been emotionally unstable lately. There's no other way of putting that. I was trying to go live earlier. My brother went live, my big brother. And this, if you guys have noticed, I have put a live video stream up there of my big brother in the Dominican Republic. And that's where I'm going for my birthday, Sandra. I wish you could come with me. Damn. Right? I'm glad you can relate, Sandra, because, you know, getting dressed should not be an issue, but when it's depression and you work from home, it's a whole nother. Okay, I see my frame big for the. I had to get all the Clip Studio in there for you guys. Um, you know, when you work for yourself or work for someone else and you work from home, the rule of thumb is to get dressed for success. And that was part of my breakdown the other. Well, hopefully while I'm down there in the yard, I'll be able to live stream as well because other is a music producer, a rapper by trade, and you know, like most people, decided to leave the country. We are free Black people. We do not have to stay here. There's other places in this world where there's better cost of living, healthcare, and so on and so forth. So once again, that really was part of my crises last week in relation to success and age. So for those of you guys just checking in, my name is DJ Don't Touch the Know me Chalet or DJ TT. I am going to be drawing the emotions today, so there's a particular mission here that I'm doing or prompt that I'm doing as far as art wise goes. I do have ideal of what I want to draw emotion wise, and let's see here if I can successfully do that. Oh my goodness, Sandra says she got a death threat at work. Working at home since Monday. Well, I hope you're enjoying your time at home. working at home if you're not used to doing that, because it is quite an adjustment. Um, for the past 20 years or so, myself, I have been an independent contractor of sorts. And the only way I've worked for other people is when I did female or women security, and that's personal security, a personal bodyguard. And when I was a manicurist. And even still, when you're a manicurist, you're, depending on what shop you work for, um, you're still an independent contractor. I'm also doing a one brush challenge. So, guys don't know about brush challenge. One specific tool in your program. So I wish you well on that, Sandra, because any death threat, nothing to take lightly or play with. And I hope it was against the company itself and not one personally there, but you never know with work rage. But so let's talk about the breakdown I had the other day. And I want to apologize to my daughters because they did come through and give me that physical hug that I needed. So I apologize, Luck. I apologize, Lila Capricorn. My bad. Because they did come through the hugs. You guys didn't know. Too grown. But I really needed that elder hug the other day. Let's do a new window for you guys. Change up. Yeah, that's good right there. Live baby. Okay. The camera's not on, but I'm just letting you know. Okay. And speaking of which, my eldest daughter just walked in my room. She's on her lunch break, works from home as well. And okay. And she just brought in the mail. So what's in the mail today? So Sandra, in my own little way here, since you're one of my top fans, I want to dedicate this one to you. But there you go. That is my cursive. All right. Oh, you are so welcome, Sandra. Oh, and happy B-Day. Okay, I hope I don't get flagged from the song. All the music that we're listening to right now is T-Pain approved. Straight up T-Pain approved. If you are a creator of some sorts and you need that royalty free music, go to pizzlepack.com. I'm so glad that I make someone else's day brighter. And I'm glad you're sitting here with me today because I honestly don't know how long I'm gonna be live streaming. But since it's Friday, um where is my restream? It's Friday. I don't have school. Everything's done. Midterms were done for us, what, 2 weeks ago? My eldest daughter is in the same school, but she's doing way better than I am. I'm just starting off anew. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. Okay, so that being said, the crash I had started right before pencil pack. Okay, it's Pizzle Pack. Pizzle pack. Pizzle pack. I don't know why he calls it that, because maybe T-Pain and he makes it Pizzle or whatever. But if you go there or go to T-Pain's Twitch channel and contact them, they will send you all the okays, a license agreement, how you can and cannot use music, and they will okay you. Okay? So I say this sharing the news. Say this sharing good news. Is this the same grease pen? No, that is not. Here we go. My bad, you guys. All right, so you got it. Pizzle. And this one right here, I'm gonna call They Coming After My Heart, y'all. Because that's what I feel like. If you guys have been following me for some while, you know that past few years have been hard for me. I left my husband, started a new life. I was married for 20 years. Had no inclination that my marriage would fail. Now, mind you, I did leave my own husband. I left him. And life was just extremely hard. Because one, he was the main financial provider for the longest. And at times, only times, because I was the active parent at home. And those of you guys who are active parents know what I'm talking about. Not everybody is a active parent. And I say that lightly because I have parents myself. I don't talk about them. I don't plug them. I don't say words of encouragement. They're just regular parents. My father's a preacher, or was a preacher, and my mom's full of shit. She's never a mother. So my father raised me. And he went from one extreme to another, which was crackhead in the 80s, cocaine addict in the 80s. Then he went to preacher. So I went from him not paying so much attention to never good for any person. None of that. So regardless, that's relationship that's always been. Not tripping about it, right? Um, it's really was all the hardship I have been going through that I have been blessed earlier this year to not only come out of that hardship, but I feel like the universe, and I will talk about the universe a lot when I speak because I'm a Buddhist. The universe rewarded me through all my hardships. And for the longest, I thought whatever I was going through, I was deserving of going through because when I did my female security, when I was doing at Hella Adventures, a lot of people can't talk about all the adventures they've had in their life, let alone have an event. I've had many a great adventure stuff, Jason Bourne type of adventures. Things people are like, oh, there's no way your tiny self could have did that, or there's no possible way you could have lived through that. My brother, I just showed, he was live. I plugged him, so if you go on my channel, you see the live stream before that. He was showing himself in the DR. And he was talking about life in itself too. If you've been through enough, like I'm uber calm now. I've been through enough to where life itself doesn't faze me. I know the only guarantee of life, sadly, is death, not quality of life, not longevity of life. Only guarantee of life in itself. So that being said, we've had this very what you call it, deathful year, or you know, just gloomy year. We're gonna pick the eyes up. So that being said, you know, I haven't had the greatest support group because the child left unattended. You know, all my cousins and stuff had their family, and if it wasn't for my cousins, I wouldn't know half of the things I do know, especially in the feminine world. So I'm really grateful for my cousins and aunties, but I don't have that parent figure. Then I had my own first child at 17, and the people that made me feel really good about being a parent at 17 were my elders, great grandmother and my grandmother, which would constantly remind me that everything I'm going through is nothing new under the sun. Well, I'm so glad that you guys are listening to my truths here, because one thing I've decided, being in this artist world and doing this full time, and my new precipice of turning 40, is that I'm not alone. And when I reach out on the internet and say, hey y'all, I need some help, you know what? The most perfect of strangers will come out and say, we got you, girl. We got you. I feel y'all been the same way. And that was one of those issues I was having is relatability in life when there's no one around that you can relate with. How do you find that comfort? You know, how do you reach out and say, yo, I need some help? The other day, I just needed. My birthday is November 13th, Sandra. November the 13th. So, and that's where I'm getting to. So the other day on when I had my little breakdown, it was the 13th. 13th is usually a good luck day for me. I can play a scratcher ticket and man, I can play a scratcher ticket. Usually win something on the 13th of every month. Like, it's something about the 13th in itself. That is just a good luck day for me, regardless of it being my birthday or not. I'm trying to be well. I'm working on it. That is the whole thing. Like, so now I'm at the point where I have no financial issues. I have no life issues. My children are grown. And I'm so used to being a mother. Them suckers don't need me no more. Well, thank you, Brianna. Thank you for your note. And so they are going to be moving away next year. And it looks like for the both of them, maybe the both of them, but my youngest will be moving. He will be moving in February. So to South Korea. If things go well, that's what the colleges are saying. Looks like, you know, a lot of the world is trying to really open up February of next year. So, not for nothing, but I have came into quite a bit of money. And like I say, things are going well. But, and I got a big backer to support my art, a bigger company. I say so much is just going well for me, and I know you guys are like, what? How come you haven't announced this or told us or whatnot? Right now, for them to keep supplying me with my needs, I have to meet some social media standards, and I will not pay for that. A lot of people will promote and plug themselves, but I have been doing great organically for some while. In addition to just funding my own art, because I'm not doing mainstream things. I don't draw things that people already know about. I might draw subject topics that people know about, like samurais, but you know, I am an independent artist. I share my own art most of the time. I don't plug anything else, you know, so it's really tough when you're not feeding people things they already know, like Scooby-Doo or, you know, something mainstream. Where am I at? Okay, that's just, I don't have enough color right there. So that being said, I had found myself in this new spot where I'm doing so good just with life. Like, thank you, universe, for rewarding me all these great things. Then I went out the other day. And this is where it gets kind of convoluted because, like I say, midterms were 2 weeks ago. And while I was doing midterms, and I hope my ex-muse is watching. They popped up on me and just really threw me through a loop, in addition to with what society was already yelling at me about, as far as the company that I'm speaking of wants me to pretty much whitewash myself. Then I go out and I go to this store and I'm like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, I'll think about it. And it's a tough one because I haven't worn a wig in like over 12 years. Now, when I met my muse, I did buy one at that time and I wore it one night. And that was it. I explained that that's not me. I'm not comfortable doing that anymore. And it's for so many personal reasons why I don't wear a wig, just in my blackness in itself. But it really hurt my heart that that's what they wanted from me. And we've had some personal sit down talks with this company, because the whole thing, they came to me because of my blackness and because of what I'm doing promoting my art. So I go outside, I go to Family Dollar, and I go pick up some things, and people I don't know or know in passing was like, well, why are you walking to the store? You're too pretty to be walking to the store. Oh, that one is the one that's been getting me lately. So if I say something, if I'm walking down the store and I'm just like, yeah, or to the store, and I enjoy walking, I'm from the city. That's what people do in LA. They walk. When you're in a place with a lot of public transportation, you walk. I'm a fit woman. I like to walk. And so anyways, I was getting so much feedback from the universe in so many different ways these past 2 weeks, of people inputting, or I'm not even going to say people, just the universe inputting their 2 cents of, why are you going through this? And it's usually backed by, but you're too pretty to be going. And that one I will never understand. Because I was so grateful to the universe for putting me in this place where I don't have to struggle anymore financially. I don't have to worry about my children financially anymore. But there's nothing like having family. Oh, let me turn on my camera. So I've learned, being a military wife and out there in the world, that you make your own family. Family's not necessarily... Where's my camera screen here? 1 second, you guys. I gotta go. Fine, I'm here. Nope. I'm trying to grab the web camera and drag and drop. Copy. All right. Hey, Chashi. Where? All right, there we go. Put myself up over here. Yay! And Joshi has been one of my friends from DeviantArt since I've started. He is such a great fan and follower, and he's also been one of my great support systems. I've started this. Okay, so back to my story. So I've been going out. I go out, I go do something, and generally I walk. I don't mind walking. The weather is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like, cool, fine beans. Walk to the gas station. Guy tells me, "You too pretty to be walking out here by yourself." Like, what am I, 12? Like, I got you, homie, but I'm about to be 40 and I like walking. So, what you want me to do about it, right? It's that intrusion of everybody's personal opinions, right? So then my muse pops up, or ex-muse, lets me know he's no longer with his companion, but I'm sure there was just lies because he used me his own type of way and dips it, and I've been ghosted, right? So here I am. I had just asked the universe, like last week before the midterms, like, yo, everything's going good. Thank you so much for rewarding me for my hard works and diligent acts. Can you send me some love, universe? Right? So I'm sitting there asking the universe for love. Throws me the ex-muse, does nothing for me. Actually, just, hurts my heart some more. Go out again, and I'm like, okay. I'm like on every dating app, y'all. I put these pictures out on my website and here on Facebook, and guess what? Like, 2 people hit me up. Like, you talking about feeling really ugly until you go outside and get some stranger validation, but even the strangers are like, girl, you too pretty to be going through this. Okay, so you want to take me out on a date or what? And it's like, no, I'm taking. I'm married. I just wanted you to know that you're too pretty to be going through it. So I'm just like, okay. I try and set up some dates through these apps. You're like, nope. Nobody fall through. I've been stood up a few times now, and I'm not too worried about people standing up me up because I know life happens, right? But it's the deal with, for the longest, I felt like I had nothing to bring to the table because I was the housewife for the majority of my marriage. I mean, even when I wasn't a housewife, you guys forgive me on this one, we weren't claiming all our stuff yet. When I was bringing in income into the home, it had he was still primary provider. So, and if you're a woman not used to being primary provider, or that person in general, life is hard, right? Like, bring that down some. So that was the other thing. Like, okay, so now universe, like, am I being impatient? Am I? And then I was thinking to myself, no, I'm not being impatient, because now this was the week, the midterms week. I was sitting there thinking to myself, no, I'm not being impatient. I realized that I'm used to being loved, and I'm used to loving. I'm used to nurturing. I'm used to being a nurturer. Not every woman is a nurturer, and it is something I did have to learn growing up without a mother, when to hug, when not to hug. That hugs are essential. I mean, that's something I've really been working on, even with my own children, how essential hugs are. And non-sexual. I had even watched these shows on how people were paying for hugs, and I was just like, wow, I didn't realize that, folks are out there just like me. They need a hug. And the when I needed that hug the other day, it was a elder hug, someone older than me, understanding, all these life issues I'm currently going through, turning 40, hitting my own little midlife crisis. Nobody, I haven't been 40 before. Okay, catch up with me. So this is new, and I don't have anyone in my circle my age or are either substantially younger than me. And that is not black. So that's another issue. Like, I'm used to calling on an elder and saying, yo, this is what's up. This is what I'm going through. That was usually my grandmother. And she's passed a few years ago. My best friend, who was my cousin, he passed a few years ago. So these people that I'm used to talking about are gone. I do not like this eyeball right here. Let's okay, that's it. And so once again, when I get frustrated, I go for a walk, right? So I go out and I go for another walk. When somebody else tells me, well, in their own right, you too pretty to be going through this. I talked to a couple on folks on Tinder, and they're like, you're too pretty to be single, or they think I'm spamming them, or I'm clickbait, or I think that's pretty awesome that they think I'm clickbait or some type of whores. I guess there's a lot of whores on Tinder and not real people looking for a hookup or a date or whatever, because Tinder is really about just getting laid, right? So here I am, just like not a care in the world as far as financial troubles. And I say this lightly because you guys that have been following me know that I've been homeless. I lived in a trailer for a little while that almost burnt down. Like, we didn't have a car for the longest. Just so many different types of hardships. And now that I don't have those, this song is gonna make me cry. Okay. So now I'm gonna turn this down in my ear, but you guys should be able to hear it, no problem. Okay, let's alter this. And if you guys use Clip Studios and you need some tips, go ahead and ask those questions, because I do get a lot of those questions after I'm done live streaming. Oh, my goodness. If you have a question about Clip Studio, go ahead and drop it there. So here I am, about to be 40. Never imagined that I would not be married to my husband right now, that I would not be retiring somewhere in the mountains with my husband. That I wouldn't be spending this time right here, right now, getting to know him and really enjoying him as a person to grow old with. And listening to the universe, just, yeah, right. Most dating apps are about getting laid. And I was okay with that because, once again, been married for 20 plus years. It's not like I got a whole lot of experience in men or anything, because I don't. I have probably more experience in women, because that adage or old saying, military saying, when the husbands are away, the wives will play, which is so true, y'all. When my husband was away, his wife played. And that was something condoned. We talked about my sexuality was something very clear when I met him. Even at 17 years old, I knew I liked or loved women, but it wasn't an issue. It was something that I actually always honored about my husband, that we had great communication, and that's why fallout hurts so much as well, because some of my last words were, if my words can no longer reach your heart to touch your mind, then why am I here? Because I can't say anything more or different than what I'm saying now. I can't do any more different than I'm doing now than telling you need some help, or we need some help, or whatever the instance is. We needed help because he's been through, probably at that time, he was on his 6th war. And I'm probably 115 pounds. I've always been around 115. When I was security, I was about 135 pounds to 140 muscle mass. So, and I was one of my best sparring partners is my husband. He was 300 and something pounds, y'all. 325 pounds on a skinny day, maybe 265. Like, I will let you know he was a center. He was a football player. I met him. So, when you're somebody that big, it's cool. I've watched him pick up a refrigerator and just pick it up like it wasn't nothing and lug it up the doggone stairs to people's house. And I mean, stuff like that. Like, I never thought in my wildest dream that at this moment I would not be with him. So here I am, like I say, everything's going great, y'all. Like, what? I'm not in debt. I got business deals going. Okay, we gonna put some blocks on her. I got a deal for my mainstream comic. I've talked about the comic a lot. I haven't released it. And the reason why I haven't released it is because once you release something on the internet, it's gone. It's on the internet forever. Somebody can steal your idea, just like Power Rangers, and so many other shows, that as soon as you tell your story to somebody else, somebody could steal it. But I have been doing my own thing and reaching out to folks to get my own works done, and then it finally happened. So now I'm no longer in debt, and I'm still feeling inadequate of not being loved. And it's such a midlife crisis thing, because most people I've met around my age will say the same thing. Like, Not about work anymore. It's not about getting your kids through college or school or anything. When these things are done, what do you do with yourself? You know, I don't know too many active women. Well, my aunt though, she stays active. It's 57, but I don't know too many women that go through midlife crisis, especially some things as extreme. Say if you won the lotto and you had no care and worry in the world, what do you worry about then? And I wasn't worried about nothing until the universe kept reminding me, hey, why are you going through this? Hey, you shouldn't be going through this because this, and that. Never get it. Okay, I'm gonna fire up this blunt. And I do need to turn the camera off for that one. But if y'all see me look over there, well, hello, William. Okay, so Draw Like Crazy, that's what I listened to your stream the other day, and I heard you know, talking about kids giving unconditional love and whatnot. Kids don't give unconditional love. Pets don't give unconditional love, especially doggone cats. You know, they always got their own agenda. I love me some kitty cats, but you want a roommate, get you a kitty cat, because they gonna treat you some type of way. That is have some. So here I am. You know, I've been reaching out to people, and Draw Like Crazy is one of them. Building my company here and my team of women as well, because I've been getting a lot of commission offers, and they only want to work with women, which is awesome. But if I am a one woman team in business, you know, how do you get this going? And I have been reaching out, and quite a few people just responded angrily. And I got this, I don't need your help, blah blah blah. And it's like, I've been doing all this research on my downtime while I didn't have a computer, while all this was still broke down. And that's not the color I'm looking. Going with this, does need to be lighter. Light shade, and I'm not used to that. So I'm out and about once again. Midterms, took an Uber to Walmart. Uber driver's like, yo, you're too pretty to be going through this. Why are you taking an Uber? It's like, mind your business. So, and I'm like, okay, universe, I heard you again. Right? So Muse comes by, tells me I'm worth something, then ghosts me. Okay, not feeling so valuable then. Reach out to a couple of people. Yo, I need some help, or not help, I need some company. And yeah. And nobody could respond. Had no elder I can call. Say, how do you occupy this empty nesting phase here? Because that's exactly what it is now that I can truly relate to what it is. Because now I'm at the point I'm in a house now. I'm renting it, but I don't want to stay here if my kids are not going to be here. I had always intended to be in the mountains with my husband this time. A Cobb home with him, retiring and traveling the world. Oh, that's pretty boss, y'all. Right? So if you've been planning this the past 20 years, and this is no different than dealing with a death or something of that nature, because I had to mourn my relationship. I had to realize that this is done and he would never be in my vicinity again, be my husband. Even if we were to get together again, it just will not happen because we've been separated for 3-4 5 like 4 years now, right? So here I am, like, okay, no longer crying about how I'm gonna pay a bill, or is anybody gonna notice my art? Is this worth doing or anything? Now I'm at the point where, do I even want to live here? Do I want to live in America? Do I want to continue to stay here? Because now I have the freest moment to decide whether or not what to do with my life. Can you guys see this clear now? And so while you see me guys uploading more and doing more of this, if I'm not uploading more or whatnot, it's just because of school. Nothing else. I don't have a love life. I don't have a computer. I don't have any of it. So if I'm not doing any of these things, school, just started college. So I'm sitting here trying to get my life together, doing the Stanky Productions, getting stuff together, getting a crew together. And then somebody else wants to walk up and say, oh, the Orchid Man. The Orchid Man did it for me too. Orchid Man comes up and says, well, a beautiful lady like you should have our car fixed and a boyfriend and whatnot. How come you're, single? And this is what I'm asking or prying or initiating the conversation with the Orchid Man. This is on his own whim. Because, Orchid Man comes every so often since I've moved into this house since people before. Space station or something, it's hard to get rid of, especially dirty. But I haven't had any issues. I've been here. But the Orchid Man still comes by, right? He says, well, you shouldn't be going through this. You're too pretty for that. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? And then how does the ugly woman feel? Because beauty is subjective. I've been ugly to many of people, and I have been feeling quite ugly lately because of this whole dating situation. I didn't feel old. I do pop and crack and call me Miss McCracken. Wasn't feeling old until I started dating. Realized, oh shit, I am not a young 30-something. And then the realization of Don't want to date with people with kids, small children. I can't have children anymore, so I don't even want to play stepmom anymore. And I've did enough of help raising my own siblings. I have 8 brothers and 2 sisters. And like I said, not active parents. My mom can burn in hell and go fuck herself. Not everybody has great parents. You know what I'm saying? Just make babies. But when you choose to be that active parent and you realize what being a parent is and what love is and all these things that I was just taking for life consideration, pretty much. Were coming to fruition. I had asked the universe to bail me out. I'm tired of this. I've struggled. I've worked all my years. I've been working since 16. You know what I'm saying? If you're one of the permanent people that have been working for a long time, I had my first child at 17. Universe, cut me a break. What am I doing wrong to where you can't reward me? I get up, I work, I pay my taxes. You know what I'm saying? Oh, speaking of taxes, so I re-established my company. And IRS came after me for that one because it came into a large lump sum of money, and but government always gonna notice you got some money. They took their little half and whatnot. So some of those drawings that you see there where I say I hate my life, that's what was going on. Like, so much was going on with the IRS. My car broke down my daughter and I were on our way back checking out land in the mountains, Apatoma Mountains. And we get a mile from the house and my car breaks down. So that happened right before the X-Muse popped up. So I ended at home and still are. And people go, well, why isn't your car fixed? Well, I drive a VW. My knockoff Audi, as well, like I like to call her, because she's turbocharged. But she's not fixed because I live in Miracle. Not America, I live in Miracle. If y'all live in Miracle too, foreign cars are not common in Miracle. People drive American cars. So my mechanic in particular has been backed up. And he himself has been dealing with quite a few deaths. And so I have been either on the waiting list or I forgot to call him in time, and then somebody took my spot, and so on and so forth, right? But just through happenstances, I just have not been able to get my car fixed. Not money, not any of this. I just happen to live in Miracle, where they don't have foreign cars aplenty. So you need to find that right person to work on your car. So I've just been on the waiting game on that one. Right, so I can relate with my mechanic here. That is 2. Take that down. Add some yellow. So it's not for the lack of trying. Because I don't want my car fixed. Who does? Garbage. I do have daughters. But I mean, even still, these things are not essential. Go grocery shopping a month is been doing it for the past 20. Shop once, twice a month, you're good to go, right? The whole Corona thing. If I don't have to go out, I don't have to go out. Oh, that's the other thing. The ex-Muse popped up. Don't know if he was exposed to Corona or not, but I'm more upset that he would come and just ruin my world during midterms. Finals. Midterm. Why would you do? Why would you mess with something? And I told him I was happy. So anyways, then okay, so after that, like so many people told me in their own, or the universe told me, and there are so many of their own ways, you should be loved. Why aren't you being loved right now? I'm like, yeah, well, you're right. And then somebody told me, somebody very near to me told me I wasn't worth shit, and that I was full of lies. I was like, oh shit. You want me to show you the banking account? But at that point, if you gotta show somebody your banking account, you know, you can keep pushing. What I have to prove now? Shit, I've been poor past 5 years, hardcore. I come from an upper middle class family. Means nothing, because that's just your parents' work. I can't take it credit for my dad's hard work and him going to college, university. Oh, that was the other thing. You know, sitting here and figuring out what to do with myself. My daughters were like, "Go to college. You're one of the few women not in family without a college education. It's so smart, Mom. Go to college." So that's why I'm in college, and it's all to help better my business. Oh, she's cute. Okay, I think and we're all on one layer, y'all. I don't know if you noticed. Yes, I've been doing this a lot lately. The 1 layer challenge. Save time, hard drive space, and I am a painter by trade, so if you can't paint paper, so here I am. After someone told me I was pretty much worthless, and this is where it falls into place. The company says, "Hey, we need you to, in short, whitewash yourself." And I was just like, oh, you know. And I get it, it's for sales, it's for pandering. I think one of the reasons why they came to me is because I am a lighter skinned Black woman. It makes their world easier on pandering to the market. And that was so frustrating for me, because, you know, not only do we as Black women just have a hard time being Black women, but you want to rock your natural hair, you want to show your natural self. No, man, they don't want that. Oh, I go somewhere with that. Well, that's not what they want, and that's the majority. Even BET don't want that. Ain't that sad? But anyways, so here I am. The company told me the same thing. Another person that is quite successful in this world was like, "Yo, you're not gonna get nowhere unless you put a wig on and dress up and pander to the people. You won't be anything if you don't follow the marketing tools." And that hurt my heart, On the top of that same week, Hughes comes by. So uses me. I call him up. I tell him all my truths and confess my feelings about the whole situation. Get ghosted. And that gets better because the person they really like is a whitewashed black woman. And not for nothing. I have no problem with my women who wear wigs and things of that nature. You do you, boo. I'll always be supportive. But it's not me. And it hasn't been me for so many reasons, just the life instances I've been through. Like I said, I've been female security, and I've also been a mechanic of sorts. And wearing a wig during those times was quite helpful because people snatch your hair off and your business on. But really, I'm gonna catch up. Wearing wigs have gotten me so much trouble, and something I no longer want. And even wearing my locks, it was just a lot of hardship. I don't want maintenance. I'm such a low maintenance woman. Hello, I want to live in the mountains. You know what I'm saying? And when you're a low maintenance woman, it seems like that's unattractive too. Seems a lot of people are fan of that. I want you to dress up and be some type of way. Oh my gosh, when you've been married for 20 years, there's a level of comfortability that goes out the door. Every once in a while your husband be like, hey girl, you need to dress up, we going out tonight, you know what I'm saying? But when you're married for 20 years, it don't matter. It really don't matter anymore. You can be like, I hate you right now. One thing I enjoyed about being married, and another thing that's been hurting me, because married people have sex more often than single people, regardless if they're in a good relationship or not. That is just the statistic. I'm not spewing any madness there. That is just a for real statistic. So you go from that 20 years to nothing. Oh my gosh. Can't have babies. Sitting here, I can only draw so much. I can only love myself so much. I love myself. That was another thing, getting that self-value, that self-worth, and figuring that out. As a mother, that's not primarily needed anymore. As a wife, that's not needed anymore. It's difficult. What do you do with your... And man, not for nothing, I read. I've been looking for books. Okay. Let me read that. Try like crazy. I was watching Deb the other day and a few other vids where they say if your purpose, the other stuff is important, like dating and so on and so forth. Well, Nadra, they told you your natural hair work was too urban and unprofessional. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, how do I market myself in all my blackness that is without perpetrating? It's something that I don't care to be. And it sucks because I am a mulatto woman. Both of my parents have a white parent. And my mother is more dominantly white. She is white and Indian. And my father is black and Italian. You don't see anyone else in chat draw like crazy because you're watching me on Twitch. I am multi-streaming. I'm on LinkedIn right now. I'm on Facebook, my personal page and my pro page. And Twitch, both of the Facebook and LinkedIn. That's where I'm at. So if you don't see what other people are saying, that's because you're just in a whole another chat room. But thank you for following and watching me on Twitch. I really appreciate that because I only have 14, 15 followers there, and I do plan on using Twitch more. So, but that's the thing. I kind of got that same response. It's too urban. You're too urban. Then why come to me for my blackness if you don't like my blackness truly? You want to market the blackness, but not truly who I am. And that hurt my heart. Like I say, my muse is infatuated or in love or whatever the case may be. I don't care. With someone who, you know, she's well educated and whatnot, but she is a whitewashed black woman. And I'm not that. I don't want to become that woman to market my product, to sell my stuff. People ask me why I do samurais all the time. You know why I do samurais all the time? Because we were part of the first samurais. Guys, their slogan when they first started is you need to be a little black to be bold, to be a samurai. You know, it was an unwanted profession. It still kind of is. One of those dying things. It's part of our history trait as well. The samurai learned how to be camouflaged in that time because of the Africans that were around them. They learned so much from us that it became their slogan. So, you know, knowing the history of the world and our country and martial arts, we're up in there. We up in there everywhere. But this country and like other countries were founded by the Europeans, so there's a level of Europeanization that you have to conform with. That is green. I like it though. Good. To make it. And that's where I get even more frustrated because people want to talk about cultural appropriation and what I'm doing isn't right or wrong, and I go, what I'm doing is exactly right. Go read a history book. You know, don't tell me what I'm doing is wrong because art is subjective, and you know, deal whatever you want to deal with. Art-wise, you can promote whatever you would like to promote art-wise, but don't come at me as a personal person, as a real person, and say this is unacceptable because we want this type of black woman. Oh, yeah. And that's what I was being attacked of. And I just needed that elder hug, someone that's been through a lot of life already. It's okay, sugar. This is ain't nothing new, girl. You just need to figure out what to do. You know, I'm there with you. Draw like crazy. I have listened to your lady. She has a wonderful lady she listens to that she streams while she's drawing, right? And I recently just started listening to her too, and a lot I can relate with and a lot I can't, because like I say, my foundation or start is very different than a lot of people's. It's the same for a lot of folks as well, but it's also very different. I had been married since 17 or 18. I knew my husband at 17. my first child isn't his child, and my second child is his child. So when you grow up in a world, and especially in the Christian world, well, they tell you no man's gonna want you because you already have a kid, and then you get a husband, and he's a great man to you for a long time. I know things are just not to be true in those aspects, like, but never for a moment would I have thought that I would be sitting here single in a big ass empty house without my husband, telling all my truths to people on the internet. But that's what I decided to do as of late, because it's really given me a level of therapy. The You Are Not Alone campaign for the, the gay kids or people that are suicidal. Like, I couldn't relate to that, but now I can relate to so many other things on You're Not Alone, especially rape and just women's hardships. There are dungeons across America, you guys. Tell your daughters about them. Watch your sons. Human trafficking is still the #1 crime in the world. And so that being said, that's what I dealt with when I was security. As people guard their wives and daughters ever so that's love. And when you grow up in a family, it's one of those reasons why I got into the business. I grew up in a family, but yeah, my aunties and stuff care, but I was pretty much on my own in LA. So if I knew how to defend myself and fight and grow up in a world of predominantly males, even this dating app thing, people go, aren't you scared? Well, yeah, but really, I've been around the world to know the world is just scary. There's no completely safe place. There's okay, there's no exact safe space in the world. There's no there's highly criminalized places too, but the world is the world. As long as there are humans there, it's dangerous. I've been this tiny all my life. The world is dangerous. Big people don't get kidnapped, not unless it's by somebody they know. And I'm sorry to say that, but that is just the rule of thumb. Big people do not get kidnapped. Two men have tried to pick my little ass up and walk away with me. And in that, I had to train my daughters, train myself, and I grew up in a world of fighting, so it wasn't that much training to do. But it reminds me of the last guy I met, 6'3", and he was like, man, I could just pick you up and kidnap your ass. It's like, try. Because not every woman is helpless. So that being said, I'm this tough woman out here in the world with an X amount of love in my heart. I know I have a hardness about me. I know I'm an androgynous woman. I know that's not always appealing. I do. I know being androgynous. I know men do like to rescue women and like that vulnerability, but I don't have that capacity just because how I was brought up and left out in the world. So sitting here like, oh my gosh, life is no longer hard or extremely hard. kept just getting attacked mentally last week. Why aren't you doing this? Why that? And it was the same thing ending with "you're too pretty. You're too pretty to be sad." The fuck does, I'll get you too old, because like I said, I done lived through a lot of life. I'm so calm right now. I've seen deaths in so many different ways, not just funerals. When you see people die in your arms or die right in front of you, you have a new concept and lease on life. Like, I'm so calm. You know what I'm saying? So many life scenarios. And then I'm not calm when it comes to something so stupid as, I say, like going to a convention. Interacting with people in a large number of area. You know what I'm saying? So I had reached out to a few people, and that was the next issue. Nobody was local. Nobody's local to just sit and talk. I understand this pandemic thing, I get it, but I put myself in this place. I put myself in Danville, where I just have the one aunt. So I'm not in a place. I have friends. I hate saying I don't have friends. That's not. I do apologize to my other friends. Call me after I release a video like this and be like, "Bitch, you got friends." Yeah, I got friends. None of them are local. And then the other thing is, if you got little kids and stuff, I'm really not even trying to hear you on the phone. I'm not trying to be around your child. I did my part. I don't want no more kids. I don't want kids in my life. I don't want to be around kids. They cool and all. You see my okay, let's see what this looks like. Well, that's not half bad for a quick one. But so building my company, and then I was sitting there thinking to myself, do I even want to work? If you were in a position to not work, would you work, you guys? Because that's where I'm at. I don't have to work. I don't even have to do this. Why? I'm okay with not having nothing. Like, if I had to just get up and move right now, I can get up and move. I don't have to worry about where my furniture gonna go, what I'm gonna do with this, blase. It's such a freeing feeling knowing that I'm not held down by things. And I had spent the past 20 years accumulating things with my husband, and that's what we do. We spend years accumulating things. After you lose it all and realize life is more important, then that's when those deeper thoughts start coming in, because if I have nothing else to worry about, like any other thing or a drug, it's addicting. If I didn't know about love already, if I didn't know about it, then I'd be like, fuck it, yeah, sure, I'll just preoccupy my time drawing all the time. See where that goes. The other thing is, I am being monetized now through my videos, so I will be on Facebook, but lights. Um, so I've been enjoying that. All these achievements and personal accolades that I've been working so long for, even in raising my girls, could be considered one of those personal accolades, because now they're grown and they're about to be gone. What does one do with themselves? They're grown and gone, and everything has. What? And so I was content with just universe, one thing at a time. But I was also being attacked every which way by saying you'll never make it success wise for your company or finding love if you don't dress up and pander a certain way to the men on the market or society. I don't know. How do you put that, you guys? I wish I had a sugar daddy. Shit, that's what I've been looking for. It is not even the money part. Fuck. I wish that was the case. I have a great little handyman that'll come around every once in a while fixing things. But I'm still not a necessity. I am looking, I wouldn't even say love yet, but companionship. Because that's my downtime. That is my downtime. So now with them moving in February, I'm at the point to where do I even want to stay in America? Because my girls are moving to South Korea, so I even want to stay here? Folks here are just treating me like right. So that being said, it's like, what do I do with myself? And I had been thinking about that even before midterm. You know, so it's not that other people were just irritating me. It's happened to be sequence of events. You know what I'm saying? Doing well, doing spectacular, to be honest, as far as everything else goes. And I had been seeing a counselor for a while now with the corona, so that wasn't it. But it's something that's always been long in my life when you don't have that support system. How do you reach out when you're just really having a uber bad day? Because you're listening and you're listening to other people's thoughts. It wasn't just I was having a bad day. I was listening to this common denominator that kept popping up, and it continues to be a common denominator in my life as of on even this love thing, because I've written a lot of hentai novels and the company doesn't want me to release them because it'll brought back propaganda. for me. And I go, of this comic book world and whatnot, 50% of the buyers are women. If we are purchasing the hentai novels too, if that's something I'm reading, I don't want this to hold me up because I drew something lewd and lascivious. I want to do me as an artist. So, gotta follow the rules. Their money. And that sucks. That's everything. Every business. Gotta follow the rules. Like that. Follow their rules. Oh my gosh. I said up that. Oh, she's cute. So yeah, okay, so I think what I'm gonna do in a minute is get back on. Let's see. Where's my clock? So, what do you do? What do you do? Say you won the lotto, you guys. If you're still there and you're still listening, and you have everything else accomplished in your life, what would you do? Because I'm in this odd age range where there's not that many single people. Most people my age are married and more often than not just married, and coming across a lot of not fit people here, but that's miracle. I didn't feel inadequate or low until I started dating younger folks. Oh my gosh, that out loud. So yeah, like, what would you do with yourself? What would you do? And that's a tough one. So, that's where I'm at, you guys. What would you do? You care and worry about if you have no other trouble. If your kids were grown and had no land or staple. I do walled eyes, you guys. So walled eyes is when the eyelash is going the same direction, even though our eyes don't do. This looks our eye is I draw like crazy. No, I'm talking about different types of eyes out there. Cartoon. This one's like okay. Oh, and then that's my first step mommy. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, that being said, oh my gosh, get back on the screen. Hey, that was all one layer, you guys. Look at that. I see my that's upstairs. I think I'm pretty much done with this. But I will be back on. So what I've decided to do, since everything's is going so great, is I'm going to share my journey. I'm going to share it on that Stanky production. Share it with you guys because this is the New Age library, and if I can help somebody who's going through the same issues and need that relatability, to need to know that women having a midlife crisis is a for real thing, because we have them. And boy, did I have one the other week. This feeling dumb from the midterms themselves. Midterms made me feel some type of way, because here I am feeling like I'm smart, but those midterms were hard. And besides my daughters, which are just oh so temporary, you know, I need to build a support system. Where did that what? Like the one. So when you guys see me throw my hands up like that, my senti fish. I did order me 16-inch X pen setup, but that's really to draw in bed if I'm live streaming upstairs. I'm gonna. Did she leave? How nice. Okay. So yes, I'm gonna be sharing my. I want any other woman to know, or a young girl to know, that didn't grow up with other parents or having a hard time nurturing or talking to somebody because of those. My sisters told our mother stuff and nobody protected it. If anything, our grandmother walked in and said we deserved it. Never. No person deserves to. So I'm gonna share this. Life is for the living. Life is hard. It's not the biggest, that is for sure. But if I can find other people just strangely on the internet that can relate my own art, then fine. Because the other thing is, when I release these muse pictures, even though it was the start of the pandemic, you know, I feel like a lot of this catapult of good luck was because of my ex-muse. And that's something that threw me through a loop. Because every time he pops up on me, I get more good things that happen. And if you had somebody in your life that did that for you, like, just even if it was coincidentally, every time this person pops up, something great happens. Like, you might not be in my life, but really though, you can call me
in the next 5 minutes, and then somewhere within that response, I get some good luck. And I had never experienced something so relevant as that. I've never had, people carry around good luck. When you get someone that pops up and you just happen to notice, like, hey, every time this person pops up, something good happens. When you feel a certain type of way, when you feel like, oh, I can't let go of this lucky rabbit's foot. I don't care how good the duel was, I can live without it. Just give me a call or once time that happens, something great happened. And so that's how I was feeling. So Muse popped up, left me. More great things happened, but the universe kept saying, girl, you don't deserve. Why are you? I mean, that's cool, but why aren't you this? Hey. Eyeball. But I was going to say earlier, sharing my truths. I shared them with them. I ghosted. Shared them with the strangers. Got that, look like whatever. Being pretty does not equate wealth. Have to have draw like crazy help me on the eyeball. So redness. Oh well. Okay. Then what I was saying before is, since it's been an hour and a half, reaching that point to where it's not to greatly profitize for Facebook. So if you guys will stop this, because I have sketches that I need to share. Able to Sandra. Crazy. Fine. Oh, I know Draw Like Crazy is part of my crew, you guys. You guys welcome her. You're gonna start seeing more and more stuff on the page that's involving her, a new member of the team. If you're listening, I have a call out for writers. I have not made the advertisement yet, but if you are listening and you know a writer, I need 2 more on the team. I would like a female writer right now. I have 2 guys on board. I'm waiting on them to respond with their work schedule and will they or won't they do what I need them to do. Some people can't. They have their own lives. I've did this long enough to work a day job and do this. Now I do this full time, so let's see how this looks if we make it, guys. But I do like that, but we're gonna leave it be. And the blur filter. Oh, I know why it's not blurring all the way. It has to have the color locked. So I am looking for writers to help with some of these articles because that just gets so time consuming. I usually write most of the articles. I've been getting a little help lately from my youngest daughter. Been really great on finding me the proper reference of every daunting, especially when I have a quota to meet. So at this point, I'm ready to pay for it. Okay. That's the thing about digitally paying. Gotta know. But and I do want to thank you all for stopping by. I'm gonna come back. I just don't want this video to for long like this. They're actually with my page being other folks ideal have long videos have short attention. So give me a thumbs up, a heart, a like, whatever. Whatever stream you're on, let me know. Still game. I'm not on Periscope yet. I've got quite a few requests for that. They want you to pay additional to be on Periscope. Video on Twitter and Periscope at the same time, but I don't have that big of a platform. My biggest platform is here. You guys have freaking awesome. Like I say, my page is being monetized right now, even without the 10,000 followers. So I thank you guys for that, because without all the liking, sharing, and subscribing, whatnot, it just wouldn't happen for me to make those events through Facebook, which is not easy. Getting you guys have not easy monetize here, Facebook. And I do have a couple of sponsors that I need to last night company and me. Okay. Tell me what y'all think. I need to. I'm actually gonna finish this up while you guys are. I won't keep working on this because okay, so I guess I'll title this one "In My Samurai Feels 1." This is how I'm feeling. They coming after my heart, y'all. We do. I this because messed up I can mess up somebody else's 5 seconds. None of y'all know I'm sick. My world. Dipset. I've been doing so good without painting paints about that emotion. Yes. I will be back momentarily.
Aw, cute.
I didn't know. That's cute, uncle. Feels bad, but I'm not trying to live here. Awesome. Hey. Leave it. Leave it, she said. Oh man, draw like crazy. I would love to spar right now. I'm telling you. Oh my gosh, I so miss that. Okay, well, I am gonna leave it. Just, you know, we gotta give us this. Oh, okay. So I'll come back. I'll tell you about that story. So after breakdown 13, we had to get back to the 13th. Right. Put a signature logo. Done is done gonna be right now. But okay, so give me like right back because the 13th. Sandra, thank you so much. Yeah, heart warfare. That's I love that. That's what we gonna call that. Heart warfare, bitch. I was having Buddha. And another one. Yeah. Okay. So I will be right back. Stop this week. And plus, I want to light this L. Can't do it. I'll get demonetized. All right, I'll be right back, you guys. Okay, I love you and thank you for stopping by. Like, for real. But give me at least 10 minutes. I'm sure I'll be right back on though. Love you. You just finished your new wig? Well, we're gonna have to see this. And that's something you need to do on crazy. We'll talk about it. All right, Stank Nation. I'm here and I will be back. Love you.